So I'm here with my box of pears. It's my last box and I'm really excited because I've been doing pears for a couple of weeks now and I'm ready to be done. But everybody's been asking me how I make pear fruit leather. So to start out, first of all, you need pears, obviously. A batch for me is about this many pears. So here's my box. And then it ends up fitting, if I fill this bowl, then that will fill four of my trays. So that's all that I can fit on my dehydrator at once. So that's about what I do for a batch. Depending on how big your dehydrator is, you may want to do more or less. You will also need a good sharp knife, a good potato peeler, and a cutting board. I also like to have a bucket to put my skins and cores in so that I can hold it on my lap and do it all on my lap. Hey, now I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to show a few just to make sure I get a good video of it. Go around this way and then I go around this way. Once you get a bunch cut, I just quarter them, middle, and then I put them in my bucket. Once I have all my pears peeled and sliced, I just put them right into the blender with my clean hands. Just like that. Go wash my hands. Now comes the fun part. Just put the lid on. Pulse it a few times. And then let it go. Take my cooking spray. And I just spread that cooking spray around. That's it. And this is all ready to go on my dehydrator. And usually it takes about 6 to 8 hours, but you probably want to start checking it about 5. So here I am, my fruit leather is all done. I can tell because if you touch it, it won't come off on your finger. If it comes off on your finger, put it back on for a little, probably another hour at least. You can see this spot right here. When I was checking it before, it stuck to my finger and now there's a hole. So I knew it wasn't done. It folds really nicely still. You can see how flexible this is. If you let it go too far, then it will just crack, which is still edible. Just don't call it fruit leather, call it chips, because that's what it will be. So I sometimes use just kitchen shears and just cut it like that. It works pretty well. You can also use a pizza cutter. You could probably use a knife as well, but the pizza cutter is pretty quick. Once I get that cut, I just roll it up. So good. It's chewy. I didn't have to add any sugar or anything. It really just doesn't need it. So after I have everything all packed into my jar, I try to get as much in there as I can. Then I just take a lid, and I reuse my lids for this because you're just going to use it to keep air out. And then this is my food saver. It's a vacuum sealer, and it usually does bags, but it has an attachment. And so I bought this attachment separately, and it just pulls the air out of the jar. So all you have to do is put it on top of the jar, take this apart, and then that part goes on there, and you just push the button and it goes. So then you can see this one is not sealed and the lid pops, and this one is sealed and it doesn't pop. So that'll keep the air out and make it stay fresh a lot longer. So yeah, that's what I do.